Hello and welcome to Cornish Walking Trails. Today we're here at Par Beach.
CSI Mevagissy.
In today's video, Tywardreath, house on the Strand. Thieves slew the prior.
And it was gold mining.
It's so old. He also had a lot of money. No.
No.
Hello everybody.
Hello.
Andrew's a bit distracted. He's got the dogs. We've got the dogs today. We're going on a 3.5 mile circular walk, homemade one, starting here in Par. We're right next to the nature reserve.
Yeah.
Lovely seeing those blokes feeding those birds, wasn't it? They just went mad.
Chaos, wasn't it?
Very
impressive, yeah.
It was, wasn't it? So just over there, behind that hedge, and over some sand dunes is Par Beach, isn't it? And that's where our walk ends today.
Beautiful big beach.
Yeah. We did film a bit before we had lunch. We'll probably include that at the end. But we're going to head now towards Tywardreath.
Yes, it's a 3.5 mile circular walk, as you said. And I've never been to Par, not to walk around it anyway. I've been through it many a time because it's actually on the branch train main line. It's on the Paddington to Penzance route, isn't it?
I was thinking we'd drive through to get to Fowey.
Well, yeah, we've driven through as well. We've never stopped and actually explored it, have we?
No, I'm looking forward to this today.
We've got some really good stories today as well.
Yeah, sorry, the ground is very uneven here as we're trying to chat to you. So we're going to just follow our road here back towards the pub. And I would love to say a big thank you to everybody that gave us a coffee, bought us a coffee over Christmas. It's really appreciated and we are very grateful, thank you. Par is on the south coast of Cornwall, a couple of miles from Snorstor.
So for a walk today we've parked here. This is a Cornwall Council car park. It's the car park, long stay car park for Par Beach. We're actually here in January 2024 and at the moment there's no charge. But if you're coming in the summer months, you're looking to stay for 3 to 4 hours, it's £2.50, which is pretty reasonable.
Par Beach Bird Lake is situated right next to the beach and coast, making it ideal for wildfowl and other bird species, especially in the winter.
It's all that honking noise you could hear behind me is these guys. I think these are barnacle geese. Big birds.
This wonderful book is a compilation of stories that was put together by the WI, and it covers every village in Cornwall. So we're near to Tywardreath, which is our destination, and it tells us a bit about these beautiful little almshouses. And it says at the bottom of the valley between Trinaithin and Menabilly is a row of almshouses built by the Rashley family. In the middle of the 18th century, the first 4 were built, later to have 3 more added. They're occupied by widows or retired retainers of the Rashley family, who then gave them £1 a year plus a Christmas hamper.
Oh, that's sweet, isn't it? Yeah. They are beautiful, aren't they?
They are
So it says they were reconstructed in the late 1970s.
Oh yeah. It looks like you've got 7 doors, but perhaps you've got more than 1 door per house at the moment.
So almshouses, I understand that as being poor houses.
Yeah, so they were built by wealthy landowners or wealthy people, entrepreneurs, that sort of thing. And they were put into the community to house people that couldn't earn their own living, that maybe were widowed or disabled or something like that. And they literally put them up in a house.
Gosh. Sarah, I'm just going to send my drone up and get some nice pictures from above of Par Beach. Is that alright? I'll just dig it out a minute.
On a sunny day in summer?
Yeah. Oh, I got a good view up here, Sarah. I got the caravan park. Oh, I got the beach. Oh, it's a lovely day, look. Oh, I'm getting the hang of this drone. It's
Bird poo.
I think I might have got away with that. Nobody will notice.
So we already mentioned Menabilly. Menabilly is, at one time, it was the home of Daphne du Maurier, and she wrote a book called House on the Strand. And here they reckon Tywardreath, House on the Strand. In Cornish, Tywardreath means house on the strand, And Daphne du Maurier's book of the same name was indeed set in and around Kilmarth, near Tywardreath. So we're climbing up pretty quick, but look at that view! Amazing. Makes all the hard work worthwhile. Last chance to turn vehicle, road is closed ahead. Okay, so we did see the sign at the bottom of the hill. Do you think it's closed to pedestrians too?
I would have thought if it was, it would say so. This is actually part of the Saint's Way as well, so I'd be surprised if it actually shut it off to pedestrians.
Okay. Are we going to give it a go?
Yeah.
Okay. Tywardreath?
Never been here?
No. I think that's how you pronounce it. I know that's how my mum's always said it.
Yeah, feels right to us.
Yeah.
If you got it wrong, let us know.
We're only Cornish. Anyway, it's a lovely, peaceful little village, isn't it?
It's quite a lot of history here, you know.
Oh, okay. We're looking for North Street, aren't we?
We are. I'm going to try and take you in a church as well if it's open.
Look forward to that. So we're looking for North Street so that we can share our first story with you guys. I think that one says fine place. It's a bit difficult to make out in the shadow. Belmont Street and Mount Bennett Road. So it needs to be Victorian in architecture. North Street. If we keep this, I guess if we keep the sun behind us and keep going north, we'll find it eventually, won't we? These houses have all got steps up to their front doors. Can't help noticing this architectural detail at this door. A boot scraper, which fits in perfectly with the story we're about to tell you when we find North Street and number 20. It's a fantastic story, I love it. 57 North Street. Oh, hooray! Yes! We found North Street, that's number 48.
I can't remember which number we're looking for. It's either 20 or 22.
Oh, okay.
We'll have to check.
Well, we're a long way away then, aren't we? We're about 20, 30 houses away.
Nice houses, aren't they?
They are.
Look that one.
Beautiful detail above the door there, that veranda's exquisite. Wow. So that's number 45. Myrtle Villa. Very nice. That's 22. Presumably the one next door is 20. We need to confirm the number, Andrew. Oh yeah, there's number 20. So our story is about number 22, and this book says that probably the most famous son of Tywardreath was a man named Richard Lobb, and he was brought up in number 22, North Street, born in 1830, and he learnt a trade as a shoemaker. He went to London, where he saw the impression in the mud of Queen Victoria's foot as she stepped from a carriage. He measured it, made a pair of boots, sent it to the Queen, and she accepted them. From then on, he started a shop in London in St James's Street, and it was patronised by all of the heads of Europe. The interesting thing about this story is that he came back and he was philanthropic and he helped the village, but also that there's a contradictory one on Wikipedia where it says it was actually the Prince of Wales that he made a pair of boots for. I think you read the account on Wikipedia.
Yeah, well, I was fascinated by that to start
Yeah.
with. But when you actually read the account of him on Wikipedia, there's so much more, and it's really interesting. So when he was first born, apparently he had a slight disability.
Oh,
His
okay.
father was like a farm labourer or in farming and what have you, and clearly he wasn't going to be fit or well enough to pursue that line of work. And as he got a bit older, his passion was for making shoes, to be a cobbler. He wanted to be a cobbler, and he knew that he would have to move away to become rich, and he decided to go to London. Now what that book fails to tell you was he decided to walk all the way to London. And he knew that at that stage the most famous shoemaker in London was a guy called Thomas, and he decided to walk all the way from here to London directly to see this guy Thomas. And when he got there, the guy wasn't impressed at all and sent him on his way.
So hence he then took this opportunity, grabbed this opportunity to send a pair of boots.
Ah, well, that comes much later in the story.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So when he was in London, he got wind of the fact there was money to be made in Australia.
Oh, right. Okay.
So he decided to go all the way to Australia to work on some of the mines making shoes. and it was gold mining.
Okay.
And he made special shoes which had hidden compartments within the soles of the shoes. And the idea was, well, that if they found gold, they could hide the gold in their shoes.
In the heels?
Yes.
Oh, I see.
He became really successful in Australia, so much so that he came back to London, and then apparently he made a pair of boots, and they were for the Prince of Wales. Sent them to Buckingham Palace. The Prince was so impressed, he became the bootmaker to the King.
So,
and then he had many patrons and became quite wealthy, and eventually came back to Tywardreath and was a philanthropic man.
Oh, how wonderful.
Yes.
So there's that village book kind of implies that he walked from here to London, saw the Queen get out of the carriage, took a print, and the shoes were accepted, and off he went.
Yeah.
But there was a lot more detail behind the story.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how much of this is authenticated on Wikipedia.
Yeah.
If you've got any more information, I'd love to know. Pop it in the comments. Is that Richard Lobb, Sarah?
Yes.
It's a really interesting story.
I love it.
Walked all the way to London to get his fame and fortune.
Yes.
Right? And it got me thinking, if he was alive today and he planned to do that, he might want a bit of entertainment on the way, because it's a long journey, 250 miles up to London, and I reckon he might have a little playlist he's put together to listen to a bit of music.
Okay.
So I'm going to start you off. This is his playlist.
Yes.
Because he was a bootmaker, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, cobbler. I reckon he would have done These Boots Are Made for Walking by Nancy Sinatra.
Oh, very good. Yeah.
I'm a Soul Man, James Brown.
Like it.
Black Lace, or Black Laces.
Oh, okay.
Agadoo.
Yes. Yeah, I get it now.
And anything by Shoe Waddy Waddy.
These pews are new, put in when the Victorians restored the church, but the old bench ends or pew ends now make up the pulpit. Very intricately carved. So just to the south of the church here is the site of the old priory. It was established in 1088. The mother priory was in the Loire Valley in France. They had quite a journey to come over the channel and land here in Tywardreath. It finally dissolved after about 280 years, and the monks returned to France. Now there is an interesting little story that we can tell you about that. So our book puts it a lot more eloquently, and it says, dominating the village is the parish church of St Andrew. In 1333, thieves slew the prior. It is recorded that the monks weren't behaving as they should, being extravagant and mismanaging their affairs. The mother church in France recalled the monks with the result of the dissolution of this priory. So they absolutely took the priory apart, stone by stone. They put it onto a ship, and with the intention of taking all of the stone back to France. The ship was wrecked on the journey back at Gribben Head, which is probably just a couple of miles out into the bay. The locals went and rescued the stone, and there is some of it in the buildings in the village. And we've found out here in the church, it tells us that one of those is in Church Street, has a sculpture of the Virgin Mary. So we might just go and try and find that a minute. It's number 13 Church Street. I think we found it. Really glad that we found that sculpture, that carving of the Virgin Mary above that door. It's lovely to think that that's still here to tell the story. It's so old. What a lovely little church, beautiful setting. So down that lane there is where they believe the priory was. There's no point in us going down there now, it's just a dead end road with a farm. Good boy. After following some gorgeous quiet country lanes, we find ourselves back in busy Par and head towards the beach.
Rabbit warren.
It is, but we're on the right path.
Very cool. I follow signs on the right for the southwest coast path. Takes you down to Par Sands Beach.
Wow, I've lost. Oh, here he is. I'd lost you.
Oh, hello. You right?
What are you trying to hide that for?
Nothing.
Where'd you find that?
What? I ain't got nothing. You ain't seen this,
Turn
right?
around. I don't think
Fruit, right, you know,
dogs
can't. No, you've got to stay there.
dogs can't read.
No, you've got to stay. Got to stay.
But there's no roadworks.
There's important work going on there. You can't go through.
No, there isn't.
You've got to go all the way back.
No.
All the way, no.
No.
No. No. No. Hang on. Right. What's that, Sid? Oh, right. You can go through apparently. There you go.
Much obliged.
Can I just say, if anybody has lost a stop go sign, it's here on Sally's seat. I didn't really nick it. Honest.
You're just a big kid. You are just a big kid.
Why don't you put that there then?
How's your mate Sid?
So if somebody in Par has lost a stop go sign, it's there. I put it on Sally's seat. Can you read that?
Just about.
Yeah.
I love how rusty it's become. But it basically says clay trails. Clay was brought by train to Par, where it was dried, packed and loaded onto ships. In 1885, over 86,000 tonnes of China clay were shipped from Par Harbour.
Gosh, that's a lot, isn't it?
That is a lot. I do remember, as a child, the dust on the road, the China clay dust.
Yeah.
As you went on, you know, under that bridge, the traffic light bridge up near the docks. I remember that being white at times.
And still around the St Austell area, you've got the clay tips, haven't they? They look like big pyramids, white pyramids,
There
don't
is
they?
one that looks exactly like a pyramid.
Yeah.
It's so distinctive.
Piece of brick.
That?
I've got a story about lots of these.
Oh, do tell.
Okay, so we're obviously in Par.
Yes.
I was looking, I couldn't find it anywhere, and I don't know where it would have been. But at one time, there was a very, very, very tall chimney in Par.
Okay.
It was over 230 foot tall.
That's tall.
And it was made of about 1.25 million bricks. Now it was demolished. It was demolished, I think, in 1917 after a lightning strike.
Ah.
And the chimney was so big, it was used for smelting lead.
Oh, okay.
Now they called it the Par Stack. I know it was in Par. I've done a little bit of research, but can't find out where it was. So if you know, let me know. It was huge. It must have been one of the tallest man-made structures in Cornwall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Made of
These.
1.25 million of them.
Yeah.
Wow.
Apparently the bricks were made of mud.
From the local area?
The local area, yeah.
Wow.
That was one of them.
Yeah, so I was just thinking the same thing.
Oh, well, I'll put it back where I found it.
Yeah. I love those photos, particularly where they've got that hole.
Yes, yeah, so they had to basically take the bricks out from one side, so
Yeah.
it fell in a certain direction. Because again, if you look at those photos, there's actually a property or properties to the side of it, so they couldn't have them falling on back. They had to go the other way with it when it fell.
So like a
so
tree
like when you
comes
yeah, chop down a tree, isn't it? So,
okay.
But can you imagine you're pulling these bricks out?
I know.
How do you know when to stop?
It's like
oh,
Jenga.
hang on, Bert, hang on. We're taking a few hundred out. I think we're right now. We'll just push the other side and it'll all come down. It'll be all right.
And what a mess. Must have made a hell of a noise.
Yeah.
Oh, so we don't know where it is.
No.
If you do, pop it in the comments. We'd love to know. Do this walk, you can't fail but notice the activity around the dockyard, which you know a bit more about.
Yeah, I mean, you've got this beautiful natural beach, and then on the right hand side you've got this like industrial landscape with the docks there, haven't you? But yeah, it was constructed, as far as I know, in about the 1840s by a chap called Joseph Treffry.
Yes.
And he was very instrumental with the whole of this area. So owned mines, he built canals, he built tramways and the docks here.
Really driven man,
yes,
wasn't he?
yeah. So initially it was built with the purpose of shipping out the copper from the mines, and they would bring in coal.
So the only competitor nearby was Fowey, and he didn't want to get involved in shipping from Fowey, did he?
Yeah,
so he decided to build his own dock.
Easier to build it here, yes. But as time went by, I mean, I think he died in the 1850s, I think. But as time went by, this has been bought up now by English China Clay, and now it's by Imerys.
Yeah.
And it's used for the export of China Clay,
Yeah.
which is still manufactured around the St Austell area here. But they ship it out of here, and they ship it out of Fowey as well, which is a few miles to the east.
Now he was also responsible, wasn't he, for the branch line, much of the branch line between Par and Newquay, because he also built Newquay Harbour, didn't he? So he was a very wealthy, very busy man.
He certainly was, and it makes you think, could he do that today?
With all the red tape, and no, probably not.
Probably not, no.
This is a lovely book. It was written in the 1950s by a chap called Roland Roddice. He basically visited a load of the coastal towns in Cornwall, recorded his journey. He's been to Par on that journey, and he says here that the scene of gentle imperceptible decay was suddenly animated by Squire Joseph Treffry, a man of boundless enterprise and vitality who transformed Par from a sleepy fishing village into a busy commercial port. He says that the Squire's undertakings was on a vast scale. He owned a lot of the mines around here with a profit of £300,000 a year, which back then was a small fortune. He owned China Clay mines, tin mines and silver mines. He set up a huge factory which produced candles to light his mines alone. He laid down extensive harbour installations at Newquay and almost completed a coast-to-coast railroad for transporting his ores right over the backbone of the duchy. So some idea of the scale of his operations can be judged by the size of the lead smelting works near Par, where one chimney stack stood 230 feet high, contained over 1.25 million bricks made on the spot from the harbour mud, and was connected with the furnaces by a horizontal flue some 600 yards long. So this man had, not only did he have the vision, but he had the drive and vitality to bring everything that he wanted to life. He also had a lot of money, and this is what's left today. This is his legacy, if you like.
If you fancy trying this walk for yourselves, a written copy of the walk instructions is available on our Patreon page and YouTube membership for Cornish Walker Level. By joining Cornish Pasty Level, you can watch ad-free. All of our paying members are invited to a meetup later this year. Great to see you.
Cast your mind back before Christmas. Do you remember this? We're thinking of doing a UK road trip.
We are, yes.
Well, UK.
Yes. And we're going to vlog it.
Recently we visited Bath and we had a great time. We will be releasing some videos about our adventures, our take on Bath. I've really enjoyed our walk today, discovered a village we've never been to, Tywardreath.
Yeah, never been there, lived in Cornwall all our lives. It's a lovely walk, starts on the coast, goes inland. Particularly enjoyed the story about Richard Lobb walking all the way up to London, ending up in Australia and selling boots to royalty.
Shoot waddy waddy.
Do you like that?
I love that. And then down here at the docks, it's so interesting to hear those stories as well about Par Stack. If you know where it was, put it in the comments.
Yeah, so this has been a homemade walk. It's 3.5 miles long, relatively easy. If you fancy doing it yourself, head over to Patreon. Patreon.com Cornish Walking Trails. You'll find it on the Cornish Walker level.
Yeah.
If you do, it helps us out, it helps support the channel.
I'll also pop it onto YouTube membership, where you can also give us a little contribution every month and help us keep the channel on the air. Anyway, thanks for watching for now, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.